Hey there, it's the Machine of Nonsense, episode 162, and we are talking a lot, actually. We are catching up with the cast, we are talking the bracket of nonsense, and we are getting an update on the video game draft of 2024. Quite a jam-packed episode. I'm your host, Eric, joined as always by Kayla.
I'm distracted by cats.
Whoops.
Tomas got a cat. I got a kitty.
I don't know if Tomas has a cat anymore after that fall. Tomas is with us this morning as well, and his cat.
Hello, my cat's fine. He's just crazy.
And we've got D.
Producer says hi.
And Mike.
I think Tomas performed what I like if Rafiki did a fatality to a young Simba, I think, is what we
and Lion King right here.
How much better would that movie have been? No,
Long live the king.
Disney versus MK. It's coming. We got it.
Oh, who's got the rights of that one? I like that. Let's get that happening.
Cross Disney.
So yeah, it's been a minute since we've got the whole band together, or most of the band together. We got most of the podcast here. So we should probably update everyone on what we've been up to before we get to the bracket of nonsense and all the cuts that we have to make and everything else.
Dirty work.
Mike, what have you been up to?
Final Fantasy. That's what I've been up to. Rebirth. Been playing it.
All right. How's it?
It's pretty good.
I mean, it got me a lot of points, so.
Yeah. I don't know if it was worth all them points, but we'll see.
I'll take them.
It's pretty good. Man, this game is mini game city. It is so many mini games all the time. And then you get to do some really cool boss fights.
All right.
And love the characters, love controlling Barrett and Tifa. Like they're
Barrett's
just
awesome.
Like two of the shooting Barrett's gun just feels good. It's just
Austin makes me feel good.
Using his overcharge ability just feels good. It feels like he has so much stopping power and weight, and Tifa's just so fast. And when you start putting abilities on the shortcuts on L1 and stuff, it just feels so cool to play. And I don't know who else is playing it. Eric, Kayla, you guys haven't started yet?
No, but maybe today, actually. Kayla's about an hour from the wrap up of God of War Ragnarok. Ragnarok's happening. She's about to fight Odin and everything. So next on the list, I think, is Final Fantasy VII. So I finished the DLC, the Yuffie DLC. Wasn't a huge fan of Yuffie and how she controlled, but apparently I don't have to use her.
I've had Yuffie for probably like 10 hours now, and I really like her. I like what she brings to like the cutscenes and the story. I like what she brings to the battle system. I like having a speedster out there, and that's what she is. She can get up close at any time, which is great. Even on there's a ton of flying enemies, which they give more options now, but it's just better to have Yuffie or Barrett that can just, no matter what, fucking just take them out.
That first one, Barrett was like, everybody in my crew would be dead, and then I would just fucking have Barrett on the handle, just fucking blah 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 blah. Like on some of the fights that I couldn't handle, the only way I got through them was just fucking stalling with Barrett.
He's a tank. He's so versatile. He's great.
Oh, my kitty.
I don't know. The story is so weird in this game to me. Okay. Still, I thought I had I've had so much of remake explained since its release, and I was like, okay, I think I get it, but I really don't. I don't. And I don't think the game cares, and that's fine.
It seems like it. My only experience with this game so far was getting through that opening cutscene and then dropping my portal on my face because I fell asleep while going through. but I saw the Zach part. And I was like, okay, I'm already confused. And then I was like, I'll get back to this after Persona 3.
So, product review: the PlayStation Portal. Does it hold up to dropping it on your face?
It's pretty. Well, I mean, it's not like terribly heavy. I mean, but it's wide. So like,
your face seems to have been held up fine. So
yeah, it was like them late 30. Man, I need something to play these video games without like. It's just hard, man, because I work out. We stream shit after we make dinner, and I can't play the PlayStation 5 while we're streaming, but I can with the Portal.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, it's been great. Tony bought one like a week after I told him about it.
Man.
So you guys are the two that own PlayStation Portals.
Sony, call us. Jeez, come on.
It's pretty sick. I dig having a PlayStation Switch.
Yeah, that's awesome.
We
can switch to a Sony specific pod like that.
Yeah, we
will.
We are a mercenary group.
Just say some numbers. I mean, Nintendo don't
say literally any number. Write any number on a check, and we will take it.
Put a 1 and 2 zeros after that, and you get.
Yeah, we'll be machine of micro suck right away.
Well, do people? Well, other than Eric, does anybody have like a Microsoft system?
No.
Yes, I have a Series S. It is my GoldenEye Gang Beast machine.
Okay.
I mean, technically, we all 5 are using Microsoft systems right now, aren't we? Mm-hmm.
I'm running on Linux.
Yeah, sure you are.
Discord is like owned by Sony or some shit.
Yeah, right. Without pour it.
Again.
Now we're the Microsoft podcast. All right, back on the rails here. Mike, you've been doing anything aside from Final Fantasy VII? Or is that your life?
No.
That's it. Good.
Just no. Just grinding.
The game is going to be massive. I could tell. I don't think I'm that far like story-wise into the game, but I'm like 34 hours in time-wise. So,
my man's saying double digits. Oof, already.
Well,
I like to do all the stuff. It's a lot of checklisty stuff in this game.
Yeah, it is, man, and that really. They started that with that fucking Accent Core game, and I really enjoyed going back to Accent Core. It was fun. Like I like checking boxes. I feel you on that.
Yeah,
so that game's gonna take me like 10 years to beat. So.
Crazy.
It's really snap like the overworld kind of stuff. Like you're always on a chocobo. You're always moving pretty fast. Yeah. You're always just there's really easy fast travel.
Gotta go fast
and stuff like that. And yeah, it's a lot of just. It's not really fetch quest stuff, but it's a lot of go there, kill that thing, or find
boss of the week.
Yeah, play this mini game. It's a lot of that.
Play Triple Triad.
The card game's pretty good. I've enjoyed Queen's Blood.
Nice.
A lot.
Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna jump into that quite a bit. Queen's Blood. I'm afraid that I'm gonna get too sidetracked with side stuff because I want to see where the story goes. I want to be with my buddies, my Barrett and my Cloud and my Sephiroth. I want to see what's
up. A lot of the side quests become like, okay, this one is going to be a Cloud and Red 13 like buddy quest,
buddy cop.
And once you beat that side quest, it'll say like your relationship has changed with so and so. Like whoever's in the cutscene with Cloud is like it's tied to their personality, kind of in a way.
Does it like force you to use that combo or whatever in your party, like during that side quest or something?
A lot of there might not even be combat involved. It's just like they're going to be talking to the NPC.
You react differently.
Like it is something they
Building
care about. You know?
Yep.
Like, there is a side quest with a bartender. So guess who is important? You know, it's Tifa.
Oh, it's Tifa. I thought Aerith.
Obviously, Kate She.
I thought Barrett.
My cat is pissed at me right now.
Yeah, I would be
You
too,
started
man.
this podcast off by dropping.
Sidewalk slammed your fucking cat, dude.
I thought he was just trying to wear him as a hat.
I was.
Oh, so Kayla, God of War Ragnarok. And you're about 50 hours in,
It's
I think,
fun.
at this point. What was the hour
It's
count?
fun.
Yeah,
I think
Child's
it was
play.
52:30.
yeah.
I like it. I like it a lot. I love Kratos. I love the combat. I think that
Favorite weapon?
I really like the axe, but the spear is cool too.
The spear is so good. Good answer. Good answer.
Yeah, the axe has a little sentimental thing, it's phase, but it's cool too. I really like all the moves I can do with it, but the spear is so quick. I do like the spear a lot.
Seems like you use the spear the most, I would say. Like you start a lot of battles off using it at least.
Yeah, it is my starting because you got that charge, the Holder Brothers charge or whatever. I like it.
Man, hearing how good the Valhalla stuff is, I
forgot about the Valhalla stuff.
Yeah, I kind
We're
of
not gonna be
about the Valhalla
You're
stuff.
not gonna be able to play.
Yeah, I was wondering if
that?
you guys were gonna do that.
I guess Final Fantasy VII's gonna have to wait, everyone.
Ooh.
How long is the Valhalla stuff?
It's like a roguelike, so I guess it's
Forever.
How
really
good you are.
wide variety kind of thing. Yeah. But it sounds like something I would just play on like super easy or whatever, just to get the story stuff. But
I've heard it can be somewhere between 8 and 12 hours, depending on how you interact with it.
I'm playing on a
you
lighter
guys better get on it.
challenge mode now too, but it's still pretty challenging, and you can definitely notice the ramp up. Like I couldn't beat this berserker for a while, but now I have the spear. Now I have a bunch more stuff, and I just wrecked his ass. Their asses. It was the 3-1.
Those berserker fights are so cool.
Yeah.
Berserker Barrage.
That game just, I don't know. It's
Did the trials.
Are those like the Valkyrie type fight for that one?
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I told myself, I'm going to go back and do these, and I didn't.
They're cool.
They're so different. They're not every single, there's I think 12, and I think you've done 8 or 9 of them at this point, Kayla, and they just all feel pretty different in terms of the move set and
I tried
the way you want to go, your tactics.
Yeah. Good old berserkers.
So a little before that, we watched The Green Knight finally.
Yeah, we did.
Oh.
Hell yeah. Did you guys like it?
I didn't dislike it, but I don't really know what I watched. I'm a little confused.
I think that's an appropriate response.
Yeah.
I'm a little. I don't know what was real. I don't know.
I would say the one thing the super interesting thing is we did a double feature where we watched The Green Knight and we watched All of Us Strangers. Yeah, and then Soylent Green, and then so we watched The Green Knight,
all the greens,
and All of Us Strangers, and they're kind of the same movie, which is really really weird in the sense they're both super trippy. They're both, I think, centered around, you could say, closeted gay, themes, let's say, or just and
accepting who you are.
Accepting who you are, yeah, a lot of those things, and going into All of Us Strangers, which is just a romance movie, and The Green Knight, which is a fantasy tale, whatever else, did not think that we were watching very similar movies, but then the experience.
I don't know what was real in either of those movies.
Right.
I don't know.
It's wild. It's actually, I would recommend it as a double feature, honestly, because it was how did we pick these two movies that are kind of the same story?
It's with All of Us Strangers is with Paul Mescal and the sexy priest. Andrew
Scott.
Scott.
From Fleabag. Yeah.
So it's good.
It's also got Claire Foy and Jamie Bell as well. Yeah, good movie. I would say if out of the two, I kind of enjoyed All of Us Strangers a little bit more. But
I probably did too.
No way.
It's a wild movie. It is not. It is completely different than what I thought I was getting into when I turned that movie on, and I don't know. It just was a good companion piece with the Green Knight. It was there. I enjoyed both. The Green Knight, but like Kayla said, I kind of left that movie I probably get this. Maybe I don't know. I'll look into it. I'll look into whether I get this or not, kind of thing.
Gotta watch a 3-hour YouTube explains video.
Yeah, hopefully.
You're not a man of honor, Eric. You just don't understand a man's quest for,
That axe is just so big. I just can't. I can't wrap my head around an axe that large.
And you never will. You never fucking will.
As long as the axe doesn't wrap it around my head, that'd be fine.
We've also been watching Shogun.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we have.
I like Shogun. I'm liking it more and more as the episodes are because I felt really who the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? Because there is a language barrier. There is because it's all it's not all in. Is it Japanese?
It's 70% Japanese with subtitles. Yeah, I would say.
Yeah, but there's English too. But there's also just so many people and so many houses and so many double-crossing motherfuckers. Ooh. And it's wait, what are they doing? I feel very little finger. This guy's so it's getting that scratch, which I like.
Yeah,
it's very dense. Yeah, I've tried to start it a few times now. And let's restart episode 1.
Oof.
And I don't know. I haven't had just the time to sit and vibe with it yet.
Yeah,
but I've only
just
heard
ride it. I wouldn't say even worry about unfolding all the things that they say. Because it either gets explained. I think they kind of do it on purpose.
Yeah.
Just little things that you're the fuck, what? And then you see it all come together later.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. Yeah, first 2 episodes, both of us, I think, were I don't know if I understand, who's Yabushige, who's Toranaga, who's this guy, there's
why are they speaking English?
Yeah, there's
you don't
Portuguese.
know Toranaga?
I don't know Toranaga, and then I knew Toranaga, then I got him, man, then I figured out Toranaga.
Yeah.
It's just wonderfully acted, it looks good, it looks expensive. They've been working on it for 10 years.
Jesus.
I heard, so there's a story about it that they had to because they ran into COVID issues, they ran into all sorts of issues getting it out. They've been working on it for 10 years and the contract to own the book, the IP rights of the book stipulated that they had to film consecutively during a certain period of time. So 5 years into it, they shot for one day just to keep the IP alive. And then finally, after COVID and everything else, got the production ramped back up and actually finished it and everything else. So it's just been percolating for 10 years. And you could just tell that they cared about the source material, that they care about the authenticity and everything else. And it's good if you can get past the language barrier and the all the politics and the different houses and everything else.
It's a bit of whiplash, I would say, just not confusion, but you get through it does explain itself later. I think it does it on purpose.
And there's just some awesome action in episode 3, and episode 4 ended with just a wild little set piece. It very much feels like what Game of Thrones used to be,
when Thronesy.
Yeah, where there could just be a little 5-minute sequence that blows your mind, and leaves you like, man, I can't wait till episode 5, whatever.
Conversation between
like,
two
who
characters.
The fuck was that? What the fuck is that? Like,
I'm interested to see what the appetite is for another, like a new type of Thrones. I don't know if a lot of people felt burned by how Thrones ended.
Well, they keep giving us Thrones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. House of Dragon is weird. I don't know.
Let them cook.
Luckily, this one's very much grounded. I mean, there's no magic, there's no dragons, this is
dragons.
like a way more historically accurate or what have you kind of grounded story. And maybe that'll help. Yeah. But and I think they've talked about like it's probably just going to be a 1-season type of thing too, and I think that will help.
Oh, cool.
Not belabor the point, just like with Thrones, just we all got to a point where it was a little too much, I think. And the last thing I have to mention as far as stuff is Dune 2, guys.
Oh hell yeah,
Dune
duh.
2.
I went to high school with Dune. What's up?
The reason I've seen it twice, guys, in a row. I can't remember the last time or if I've ever gone and seen a film.
Did you get the popcorn bucket?
I've gone through 7 of them at this point, Tomas.
Got him.
Yeah.
Wow.
I filled 7 popcorn buckets at this point. I'm completely. I text Mike. I'm sand pilled. I am
the Shagalissi.
I'm all about that Dune. I'm at times I'm like searching on my phone. I want to know everything about all the houses and the planets and the lore, but then I'm like, I have to shut my phone all the time because I'm like, I'm gonna see shit that I haven't seen yet on film, and I don't want to be spoiled at all.
That's a universe, bro. I've done some Dune lore dives sometimes at work, just listening to videos in the background, and I'm like, holy shit, what is going on with this world?
Sandworm, bro, at work. I get it.
It's more than just sandworms, man. There's a lot going on in this desert world.
I love that movie, and I just think it's dope.
In Rebirth, there is an enemy called a landworm, and it looks so much like a Dune sandworm.
I remember those from the original. Those were those were pretty cool. Yeah, definitely.
Hasn't somebody turned themselves into a worm in the lore?
I believe that's the case, but that would be a spoiler, Tomas.
I'm just saying.
No, I think other people have let on that
shark yet.
there's some weird shit in subsequent. From what I've heard, Denis Villeneuve just wants to make the third one, which is the second book, and then he's kind of that's probably will be that, unless I don't know if he's the type of dude who if they just throw him a boatload of cash, he'll just continue make them. Doesn't seem like he's that dude, but there's 23 books in the Dune. Only I think it was 6 or 7 were written by Frank Herbert, the original writer, and then his son and a co-writer have continued it on quite prolifically. But
God,
I'm fine with just 3 movies, I think, and I'll probably be good because there's time skips and there's all kinds
main
of stuff.
Ones.
Yeah, there's prequels and sequels and 10,000 years into the future shit, and I don't know if I need all that, but
I told you, man, it's a lore dump.
I walked away from that movie. It's been a week now. I don't care about the nitpicky stuff. It's a movie filled with just a lot of wait a minute, wait, what? But it's just a kick-ass movie. It's really cool. Villeneuve makes the best looking films ever in the history of film. There's sequences in it that are just whoa, holy shit. I think it'll hold up at home too. I don't think it has to be theatrical. I've watched Dune at home and it looks awesome. The first one. I man, just the Harkonnen and all of the cool shit. It's just awesome. It's so good. It's just a movie full of like, oh, look at that. Wow, look at that little thing. Look at that touch. And they're all cool. They're all good. Go check it out for sure.
Nice.
See it in IMAX or EMAX or whatever the fuck.
Laser.
See it in.
Yeah, I've seen it in EMAX and laser so far.
Whoa,
holy
yeah.
30.
Wow.
Yeah, laser disc.
That you were blazered at that laser.
Blazered.
I was blazered at the laser, guys. Tomas, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I was originally in my head, I was gonna segue off of you guys playing Thor Ragnarok. It's like, oh, you're fighting Odin, and like coincidentally, I just fused Odin in Persona 3 Reload. What?
So much Odin.
It's not a joke. I actually like last night. But anyways, yeah, I've been playing Persona 3 Reload pretty much in lieu of Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. I have both. I was already like 50 hours into Persona. And I'm like, I just can't do that hard shift. I think I'm like pushing 90 hours on Persona 3. And a good game. A pretty good game.
Good game.
I mean, it does a thing for me, like spoon fed, like kind of little things, like easy like reward, like you got social link things, when there's like small little bonuses to every social link you do, your Persona fusions are better. You get little kickbacks for everything that you do, and that's like on a day-to-day like little grind in the game. And then, once you've done a lot of that, then there's like this big super tower thing that like is the dungeon, and you grind through some of that. You gain some levels, and then you fuse some new personas, and then at the end of the month, you fight a big bad. And if you did it all right, your main persona is enough to like kick the bricks off of whatever you're fighting. It's pretty good.
Is it a good cast like 4, or is it?
The voice acting is pretty good. The voice acting is pretty good. Like they did a good job at like they have like funny thing is like none of the original like voice cast is like voice casting any of their original parts, but they did call back a lot of them to do like smaller parts and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Like I mean I don't think anyone's calling back Vic Mignogna for anything after the recent allegations they had like a few years back on him, but people sound pretty close to what they sounded like. 'Cause I played when they re-released like 3, 4, and 5, like on like all the systems. Like they did a pretty good job at capturing like the same kind of character that they were. The animation's a hell of a lot better than the original. I mean, story's pretty much. I mean, it's pretty much the same thing. There are like slight, there's a lot of quality of life changes. Fucking fast forward buttons, and teleporting. Like you don't have to run from place to place. You just fucking like, hey, they tell you where all your social links are. So it's like, hey, so and so's ready today. If you want to go hang out with them, it's like, boom, teleport. Even then, I'm still like fucking 90 hours into this game.
Yeah, wow.
But there's like also like they add like extra things, like you can do like more social stuff with your team itself to like give them stronger kickbacks in battle. So they kind of threw a little bit of like Persona 5 like royal stuff in there, where it's like if I hang out with my party more, they'll just kick more ass in battle. But it's Persona 3. It's fun.
Yeah,
played the fuck out of it when it originally came out, and it's kind of cool, like to get it with a fresh coat of paint.
Did they make any changes to the gun summoning stuff like that? This is the one where you have to shoot yourself in the head in order to summon your.
They have trigger warnings at the beginning. Every time you start up the game, themes of suicide and shit like that. Yeah, a lot of people die in this game too, so I forgot about that.
But, I've heard that it's a good kind of like meditation on that, right? Like that it deals with suicide, death, things like that, pretty like even-handedly.
It's like it's like the main theme of this game is like death, like complacency of life, dealing with loss of close family members, trying to fix the sins of our past, or like the sins of our fathers, kind of underlying theme. It's pretty fun. Like I said, it's been a grind though. So if you're gonna get into it, just know that it's gonna take you a bit. I am like close to end game, like, and that's if they didn't add anything extra past that. Because like, and I'm wondering, because when this game first came out, then they came out with like a little,
Fez
a second gun Fez, where it's like it continues the story of like nobody really knows what happened at the end of 3, and then they made this like little filler game where it's like, okay, let's kind of round this out. So I don't know if they're gonna tag that onto it, but like, yeah. So like, I'm in the second to last like month of the game, and
very min-maxy type game, like trying to get the most out of every day, and it could be
absolutely, and it could be stressful, but it's like when you're nailing everything, like then there's a lot more leniency in this one too. Like
it's a good guide game. Play with a guide.
Well, yeah, there's even that. Like when I used to play this game, I didn't know like about certain kickbacks, like. So there's like arcana systems where it's like, you fuse certain personas and they have different arcanas, and based off of your relationship with the person who's tied to that, you get better kickbacks. But if you're carrying a persona with that arcana, your relationship increases faster too. So it's like, and I didn't know that when I first played this game, and like I did that this time, and I've had like no problems, like just maxing. I think there's like, I got like 2 more relationships to like kick out of the way, and I think this is the first time in any Persona game where I'll probably max out everything in my first run through without even like really trying. So, but yeah, if you've never played a Persona game, I think it's a fun entry level one. There's not too many like crazy like extra dynamics to it. It's like Royal's kind of crazy. There's all kinds of fun like little add-on things. Persona 5. This one's kind of like still pretty brass tacks like Persona, with like the good quality of life changes of the newer ones. So,
how's the Bufu? Good Bufu?
My Bufu, yeah. Lots of Bufu. Yeah.
The spell names in the games are
they got pictures next to them now though, so it's like it's a little flame signal,
right.
Flame signal next to the fire one, ice one next to the ice one.
Yeah,
they help you out with that kind of stuff now. Good, much better move descriptions in this version.
Firaga for me. I'm a traditionalist,
Dia is cure.
Yeah. Medea,
Madea made her way to Persona. Holy shit.
Her social link is so hard, dude.
Yes, it is.
It is rough.
All right, someone put Madea in Persona immediately, please.
Somebody's going to. But yeah, other than Persona, we've just been watching random shit. Like I don't think I've watched anything new. Like as far as like 2024, been watching old Jeopardy.
Nice.
Yeah, we're watching the Ken Jennings run, the original one, right now.
Oh,
it's kind of
the GOAT.
It's like we know he's gonna win, so
until he doesn't.
Damn.
That day he doesn't win is gonna mess your world up.
I ain't gonna spoil it for you, but Rocky wins this time. Oh, yeah, we've been watching. We've been on like a kick of like watching like either English shows or Australian shows, and we've been watching this Irish show. I guess it's like Bridget and Eamon. It's about like a Irish couple in the no, but it's about like an Irish couple in the '80s. It's goofy. It's fun. It's really over the top, but and but trying to think anything else new. No new movies. Just been busy with life. Like we got Jackie's sister just had a new niece,
Nice.
or well, like we got a new niece, and then doing stuff with Tony now because he lives in Florida.
Get some cream.
Nice.
And then working way too much.
Oh, thank you.
And we've been dieting, and it sucks.
Boys.
See, from now on, Bridget and Eamon is going to live in my life as a Bridget Jones and Eamon Targaryen show, I think.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So I'm glad you opened that world for me.
But yeah, that's about it in a nutshell. I'll let you know when I play Final Fantasy VII. I feel like Persona 3 is my Tears of the Kingdom for D.
What are you talking about? What are you saying, Tomas?
Are you still playing Tears of the Kingdom D?
No, why would I wouldn't still be playing that game. That's wild.
In Tears of the Grasslands.
What? What is the new grind, D, or the old grind for that matter? What you got?
Spider-Man 2.
Hell yeah!
Spider-Man. James Spider-Man.
It was on the back burner. I started it at the beginning of the month. Mid-February, I guess. Yeah, mid-February, because I started it before Rebirth came out. And my New Year's resolution is start a game, finish a game. So as soon as Spider-Man 2 is done, jumping into Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. But man, I have just I haven't been blitzing through Spider-Man. I'm like 57% done.
Did you say you've been swinging through it?
With everything? Swinging, gliding, all of the wonderful new movement options of just great quality of life stuff. Really just, talked about it before. Just fucking great game. So been doing that. That's been great, hella fun. I did play the opening 10 minutes of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Hell yeah.
I cried a bunch and then I turned it off because I was like, this is the rudest thing. It's so rude. It's literally the rudest fucking opening to a game because I think we already discussed. We're like, oh, it's gonna open up on the Nibelheim flashback, and they're just like, ha ha ha, no, it's not. Yeah. So no, I'm good. I have emotions tied to Final Fantasy VII. Yeah, I got actual emotions tied to this game. So them just kind of going like, you can't save her. I can't do it. In any timeline, she's dead.
Oh.
Yeah.
We'll see.
The character you're referencing, I really enjoy her, just her personality, like in the story and in cutscenes. But man, in battle, she's rough. Just like I remember playing the original game and not being too fucked up about that because I never used her because she sucks.
She sucks.
She's fucking bullshit. She's so slow. But anyway,
it's gonna hurt more this time, guys.
I think so. For me,
she has a personality now. So.
Well, she had a personality before. It's just now we can hear the personality. Now it's true. Now it's being put in our face. Yeah, it's put in our face.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Like I said, deep emotions. Final Fantasy VII. It was the first one I ever beat. Like as a kid.
Aw.
Yeah. My brother had to help me with all the other ones, like Final Fantasy 3, aka 6. Yeah. He had to help me with that one. He had to help me with the what was the other one that came out on Super Nintendo?
It was part 2/4.
Mystic. Yeah. Yeah.
Or Mystic Quest.
Or
Nobody
Mystic
dies
Quest.
in Mystic Quest.
Yeah, no, I just always needed help with Final Fantasies. So Final Fantasy VII was the first one. I was just like, no, I'm gonna play this one on my own. I don't need your help. Took me all summer to beat.
I got good memories with that game. I remember it was one specific like snow day where like we didn't have to go into school. I had just gotten Final Fantasy VII, and I think I had finally just like I think like a week prior just gotten a memory card for my PlayStation. So I was like a kid, so I had to buy them in like chunks. And I remember my brother had just gotten I think it was yeah, I think it was Cryptic Writings, the Megadeth album. And we just played Final Fantasy VII while listening to Megadeth during a snow day. That was
Wild.
I was the edgiest kid on the planet, bro.
And you sign you up for Avalanche, buddy. You were ready.
Yeah, so those were games. I checked out the first episode of Second Best Hospital in the Galaxy or Universe, whatever that was, on Prime. It was weird. It was as weird as I thought it was gonna be. It's pretty fucking weird, but it was like really snappy. Like the humor is very snappy, like an Archer, like how I like Archer. That snappy, like, you know, the jokes are being like set up very quick and taken out very fast. But there's like this very the animation reminds me of BoJack, I guess, if that makes any sense.
Oh,
like, yeah, kind of like, I don't know, a little
The Dragon Ball character.
Yes. Oh my god.
man. R.I.P. Toriyama.
God, I was trying not to get there. But yeah, just like BoJack, that character. Shit.
Our favorite DBZ filler movie.
I'm sorry I ruined your entire train of thought, D. I had to do it.
Completely off the rails.
That's my Toriyama tribute.
Are we just gonna yell for like 5 minutes in honor of Toriyama-san?
No.
Please don't. Yeah, and then of course we're gonna. Well, I haven't watched a full episode yet, but we are going to tackle Last Airbender.
Nice.
The Netflix one. Yeah. Okay.
The Shyamalan one.
Yeah, I saw my mom was watching the first episode, and I saw like the opening scene into, you know, how they are doing it, and I'm just kind of like, okay, these are choices. I'm all right with this.
I've heard some diehard fans are a little bit nitpicky with it, because there's a lot of character building that's like been foregone, from what I understand. That was like a show that I like watched in chunks. But I also feel like for me, that was a show that didn't like get really good until like season like 2, 2.5, like when like the consequences were starting to actually like be real in the show. But I think like the original show is good. So
I think Netflix picked it back up for seasons 2 and 3. I think I read, so they're going to give it a decent leash, you know, to grow. So that's good. You hate, you know, the one and done type, you know, when a show doesn't get a chance to go anywhere.
Bebop.
Yeah, like Cowboy Bebop, for example. Thanks for bringing up those horrible numbers.
It had to be the sacrificial lamb. That's all. It just had to be the sacrificial lamb.
Eric will never watch any of these Netflix like things because of Bebop.
I can't do it.
Once.
They broke my heart. They broke my heart.
it?
I've been broken.
They took the Bebop away.
They did.
I was the one fan, you know. Well, me and Kayla were the two fans.
Yeah.
I liked it.
I liked it too. Anything else before we get to the draft update? Okay, let's do it.
I don't think so.
Yellow.
I'm gonna share the up to the minute stats
hello.
the draft. Here we are, folks. So we drafted the games of 2024. If you missed that episode, go and check it out. I don't know what episode number it was, but
Kitchen Fox Molder.
The updated scoring as of 3/17/2024, also known as St. Patrick's Day, apparently. Tomas's team, FF9 sucks. He's on the board with a 93. He got pick 1-1, and he chose Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and that's been good for 26 points.
Hell yeah,
wild.
Pretty solid. That, it was pretty locked in.
First start on the board. Yeah.
The best name out of any of the team names, big anime titles. D's team scored 11 points with his final pick, which was Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. So solid placement there for a final pick. Scored some good points there.
We're getting Peach and Alone in the Dark soon.
Yeah baby.
Quadruple Triad, Mike's team, is on the board with 20 points because Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth is sitting at a 90 critical rating there. So really solid. That was his second pick in the draft there. I've got a bunch on the board already. They've been okay. Okay.
All right.
Skitch and Fox Molder, my team, scored only 13 points with the biggest game of 2024 so far, Helldivers 2, sitting at a critical score of 83. I've yet to play it, so I can't really speak on it, but when you hear people talk about this game sweeping multiple nations, multiple star systems, I think 83 seems a little low to me.
It does.
It really paints a bad picture for
You
democracy.
got a ton of value with that last pick, though. I mean,
I did. Unicorn Overlord, my last pick. Mike is talking about. I 88 critical score, somehow better than Helldivers by quite a bit. I did get 18 points for that one. People are digging it. The more I hear about it, the less interested I am. To tell you the truth, I guess I didn't understand how the battle system worked until reviews came out, but I don't know. Pacific Drive also on the board with that one. 10 points, an 80 critical score, and from what I've heard, 80 seems about right for Pacific Drive.
Okay.
Big
did
flippers.
Ryan pick real games? Did he?
No. Ryan's team has yet to place anything. Big Flippers Magoo is big nothing Magoo right now. No games on the board, and maybe no games ever. We'll see.
Well, that's what I'm worried about, is whether or not half of my games are going to be released this year.
See, Ryan went with the Mike strategy from last year, where you pick a bunch of games that just never come out, and you can't really lose, right? Because then people feel bad for you. You're like, oh man, well, Mike would have done really good.
I won last year. I don't know what you're talking about here.
Would have won if any of my games dropped.
Right? Yeah. Mike would have had 1 billion points if his games actually.
I did have 1 billion points, Eric. I did. I had those with 2 games. I got 1 billion. If I just had a third game, I would have
been fine.
I mean, I won with just 2 games.
Oh, good stuff. Kayla,
if you get 2 games, and then if you get your kickback on somebody else failing, you might win this year, Mike.
True. Kayla was the last to pick Team Uncharted Territory, Persona 3 Reload, which Tomas has spent 90 hours in, was her first pick and did pretty well. 88 critical rating for 18 points. Tekken 8
seems about right.
90 critical rating on that one for 20 points.
Chicken.
And then Mario versus Donkey Kong remake, 77, 7 points on that one. But that was a 6th round pick, right? So you're just trying to get some points there in the 6th
Top
round.
it off.
So the standings as of today are Kayla with her 3 games. She's in first with just under 45 points. It has it at 42.62. That's interesting. I'm number 2 as of right now, 39.8 points with 3 games released. FF9 Sucks, Tomas's team, 26.07. He's in third. Only 1 game released for him. Only 1 game for Mike as well, in fourth with 19.51 points. And D is at 11.31 with 1 game released. So plenty.
And then the sleeper.
Yeah, and then the sleeper, the true sleeper, Ryan, bringing out
Toma.
We'll see if he ever wakes up on that one. But we got a bunch of upcoming releases, so points are going to change. Just in March, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games coming out between now and the end of the month. We've got Alone in the Dark, which was drafted by D. We've got Dragon's Dogma 2, which was a Mike game. We've got Princess Peach Showtime, which was D. I should say Alone in the Dark is on the 20th, the 22nd for both Dragon's Dogma 2 and Princess Peach Showtime, as well as Rise of the Ronin, which was a Kayla draft there.
Yeah.
That's a big day.
Yeah, it is. And then Pepper Grinder, which was a Ryan pick and a counter pick by me, which the more I see of it, I think it was a bad counter pick. That game kind of looks all right. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Maybe I'll get the Helldivers treatment. I don't know.
You're losing on that one, buddy.
I think that might have,
That game looks
flubbed.
That game looks all right. All right, so that is the draft. By the end of the month, it will look significantly different, it seems like. So we'll see how that looks by the end of the month. All right, on to the Bracket of Nonsense Redux here. The last time we talked about this was, I don't know, forever ago, 7 years ago, I think. We started the culling of the Bracket of Nonsense. Well, the redo of the original one seems to have started forever. And then we got on all kinds of things. We got on the naughties, we got on, all kinds of stuff. So we're back, folks. I'm going to share the old screen there so you guys can see here. If you didn't check out the episodes where we started this process to revamp the Bracket of Nonsense, we elected Tony Stark, George Costanza, Leslie Knope, and Sirius Black into the Hall of Fame. They are no longer eligible for the bracket, but they will forever live on in our memory.
Fuck Gary Oldman.
we have removed several from the initial bracket. Bender, Harry Dubois, Cliff Booth, Solid Snake, Hank Scorpio, Sayori, Aloy, Tyrion Lannister, Locke, Willow Rosenberg, Undyne the Undying, and Jolie Bindo all were cut.
When one could say that Undyne is now the dying.
Yes, one could say that. The reason,
got a few more zingers.
The reason we made the cuts is we are electing new entrants onto the Bracket of Nonsense. The new entrants will be Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII, Zoro from One Piece, Ken from Barbie, Naru from Prey, Logan Roy from Succession, Thorfinn from Vinland Saga, which I've now seen 2 episodes of, I think. Where are we? Charles Xavier from X-Men, Ted Lasso from Ted Lasso, John Wick from John Wick, Robo from Chrono Trigger, the Ice King from Adventure Time, Leon S. Kennedy from Resident Evil 2, 4, and 6. Fleabag from Fleabag. Rick Sanchez from Rick and Morty. Rick Dalton from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Buggy the Clown from One Piece. Shawn Michaels from the WWE.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
NoHo Hank from Barry. Evelyn Wong from Everything Everywhere All at Once. And Jennifer Walters of She-Hulk fame. So we've removed some from the list, but we have to add a bunch. So we have to remove 8 additional characters from the old bracket to make room for the new entrants, and then we'll go ahead and randomize, and we'll fight it out, and we'll see which is the greatest character of all time for the Machine of Nonsense. So guys, the old bracket is there. I've highlighted a couple that I think could maybe be talked about in terms of removing, but we can talk about other ones. The ones I've highlighted are Domon Kashu. I'm sorry, Tomas, ahead of time. Arya Stark from Game of Thrones. Gollum from Lord of the Rings. Yennefer of Vengerberg from The Witcher 3. Guts from Berserk. Ingrid Thorburn from Ingrid Goes West. Lilu Dallas from The Fifth Element. Pippin from The Lord of the Rings. May Borowski from Night in the Woods. And Tokashiro Tsurumi from Golden Kumai. There's a lot of other ones, but those are the ones
it's Kamui.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Kamui. Golden. We'll just call it Golden. And we'll never talk about it again once Takashiro Tsuruyama or whatever is gone. So we got to make 8 cuts. I've highlighted more than 8, and those don't need to be the ones that are cut anyway. We've got a lot on there. Daniel Plainview, I think is going to be cut, right? No, everyone loves Daniel.
I hope he's not cut. I will fight for that if that is.
I got a first argument.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, swap Big Sword for Big Sword. Got Sephiroth, Guts.
Oh.
I mean,
damn.
D, I don't know if you heard that. Are you cool with swapping Big Sword for Big Sword? Swap out Guts for Sephiroth. I mean, I know Guts is like OG Big Sword.
He is the Big Sword. He's the Big Sword that started it all.
He walked so Sephiroth can fly.
Shit. I mean, I don't know if I could impassionately defend Guts like I did Thorfinn. There's just the story is so much more important.
True.
It's because it's his story, and without the context of his story, it's very hard to explain. So if you have not experienced it, I highly suggest you do. Berserk's amazing. Go read it right now. Whoever you are listening right now, just stop whatever you're doing. Stop consuming this podcast. Just go read Berserk right now. It's an absolute work of art in every sense of the word. So if I had to defend Berserk, different. Guts, he's not even the best character in his story. He is a great character, but he's not the best character in the story.
Okay.
If Griffin was on here, that's a different thing. Yeah. Griffith is okay. So yeah, I think we could swap. I don't think it's an even swap, but I think a lot more people will understand.
I think you can raise Sephiroth up a little bit more than Guts.
Yeah. Easier to defend. Little better point of reference. So goodbye, Guts. You have
Kayla, you
right
can make the
too.
final decision. You want to remove Guts, a character you know nothing about?
Yeah, swap it.
Okay.
I got to swap too.
Okay, I dig it. Let's put Guts on the old removed board here. Guts. Sorry, we hardly knew ye.
Only 7 remaining. Here we go.
Yeah, not too bad.
Well, see, we're cooking. We're cooking. See,
Kayla, what's your swap?
I think I like Jennifer Walters for Lilu Dallas.
Okay.
My,
Girl power.
powerful
for girl
woman
power.
game.
Yep.
I love that. I love that swap.
All right.
I'm just waiting for this to all go downhill. Like, who's gonna die for one of these swaps?
I've got a good swap too. I like doing it in this swap fashion. That's a good.
It feels good.
It feels
It does,
good.
it does.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good.
Great. Well, go ahead.
So I would say, I feel okay losing Arya Stark, which I'm pretty sure was my pick. For honestly, I mean,
Anyone?
we got Naru, is fantastic in
Fleabag.
terms. Yeah, Fleabag. If we're just talking about like cool ass female characters, cool ass shape shifting female characters like Evelyn Wong, like someone who can kind of be anyone. Yeah, so I feel pretty all right with losing Arya Stark and adding a bunch of characters that I think have kind of blown her out of the water in a lot of ways recently.
I will step up next to Bat.
All right.
And I'm gonna get a double, I think.
Ooh.
Triple double.
Not a swap per se, but just
okay.
I don't know, like Mae Borowski, I think deserved to be on that bracket. But has anyone else played Night in the Woods?
It's on the
Do they have a
backlog.
connection to Mae?
Yeah.
Mae's great, but I think she had her moment in the sun, as cats tend to do. and then I also think Ingrid from Ingrid Goes West, another great kooky Josh pick that I really liked. But if we're planning on keeping maybe like Amy Dunn and Lou Bloom, the dark horse of the tourney
Lou Bloom, man. I think the mileage that man fucking.
I think those three characters are all in the same kind of realm, and Ingrid is the weakest of the three for me. So, what say ye on?
I mean, I think Aubrey Plaza's only gotten like better. Like she's definitely honed her craft, and this is an early Aubrey Plaza.
She's really good. I like Ingrid a lot, but
yeah, I'm not that it's bad at all. It's her original, and she's just only honed it is all.
Oh yeah, good point.
I think we've actually removed. I'm trying to do the math here. We may have removed more than we needed to with the Hall of Fame here. So we've got 20 new entrants, and then we've got. We're gonna use the old.
Put some numbers on it.
We're gonna put some. Oh no! Why did it do numbers like that?
That didn't work.
Why did it do numbers like that? Oh,
one number,
guys.
Come on, Excel, man.
Microsoft Word. If it was only Excel, I'd know what to do. It's Microsoft Word though. Oh no. All right, we're gonna fix this. We can rebuild him. Wow, I'm
try right clicking.
I'm failing here.
Like what you highlighted.
Try restarting the computer. Turning it off.
Yeah, turn it off. Turn it on.
Now it's 2.
You got 1, 2.
We got all
B.
kinds of,
It's counting old bracket as 1. That's why.
It really is. It really is. It does not love me today. Let's see if we can. This is great. This is great radio.
Oh, we knew how to count.
Yeah.
It's okay.
All right, so let's let's do a count here because we got 20 new entrants, right? And I read the Hall of Fame 4, and then we got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. We've removed 21, and we're only adding 20, so we actually can add someone back, I think.
Really?
I think so. Wait,
I'm voting to put a dark horse in there. Add Dracula. Dr. Acula.
And Eric is counting slowly, manually, using the pointer. No highlighting this time.
I nominate Fade Ratha as our final.
So
put guts back.
We've got 43 remaining on the old bracket, and then 20 to that is 63. We need 64, so literally we have to take someone from those that we've removed. So let's go through the full list of removed here and add one back, and then we'll be good.
Guts? That was one that was like,
okay, is Guts better than Bender?
Paul Atreides?
Harry Dubois?
No.
Cliff Booth?
Baron Harkonnen? Nope.
My joke was just to seat them on opposite sides of the bracket as Sephiroth and see who's the ultimate big sword.
Like I love Cliff Booth on our bracket. I think we were too quick to remove Cliff Booth. I think we were too quick maybe to remove Bender. I love Bender. I would take them over Guts, at least in my mind. But I've only watched Berserk up until the point where shit gets weird and like dark. Only the war stuff. I was a big fan of the war stuff.
You're gonna have to specify.
Yeah,
what part you got to.
Supernatural. Let's say I got to the supernatural part where. Yeah,
he got to the part where Griffith becomes a very interesting character.
Yes, he does.
Right. All right. So we need to unremove one. If it's Guts, then that's fine. But I mean, I think Bender's great. I think Cliff Booth is great. Solid Snake was one of my
Can you
nominations.
make them not red?
I can make them not red. Yeah, let's make them not red for you guys.
Like, oh my god, what are these?
I can highlight them in a different color. Oh, my bad.
I got to make a plug from a boy, Jolie Bindo.
Yeah, Jolie Bindo. We could keep him on.
Don't.
I just really like that name.
Don't.
I love Leeloo Dallas. Locke, Locke from Final Fantasy VI, everyone's favorite, right? Maybe if we keep Mae Borowski on the bracket, it'll force me to actually play that game. Pretty sure I have it downloaded, but
it's a good game.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think this was going to be the hard part.
Hank Scorpio, I think a really inspired pick by Tomas in the past.
I love Hank Scorpio.
Dude,
we're just going to add a completely new entrance, a Dune entrant.
Yes.
All right, guys. This is against the rules, but if Mike's okay, or if we're okay with
who
Mike,
makes these rules?
I think God.
I make the rules.
I think these are God-given laws that about the bracket and what
the 10 Commandments.
I think, but you can't ignore the prophecy, Eric. Hassan Al-Gaib has shown himself.
So Stilgar, we're going to nominate Stilgar for the.
I would take any character from Dune on the bracket and fight for them. I think.
I feel like Paul Atreides is going to commit genocide at some point, so I'm a little concerned with where his character might
That's
go.
Called depth.
I mean, Duncan, Idaho would be a really fun pick.
Oh my god!
Kayla, what say you about a Dune character?
We got a soundbite of that, right?
I probably like Thanos better. Roland.
Oh, Gurney Halleck. Yeah,
Gurney. Okay,
Gurney
all right.
Halleck. I think my favorite character is Lady Jessica so far. Throughout the two movies,
I like Lady Jessica too.
Lady Jessica's really good.
I don't know if I'm into putting a Dune thing on there. Like, it's kind of.
We don't have to put a Dune thing. It's okay.
Hey, I think I haven't said in a few episodes, but man, this is a really nonsensical idea that you're pushing right now.
Oh my god!
I know it's great, right?
Could we just put Dune as a thing, or Shai Hulud, the sandworm?
That's what I was going to. The sandworm, baby. Shai Hulud, baby. How about Spice?
Yeah, Spice as a concept.
Give me.
Spice.
David Das Malkin's character, the like weird.
I love him. Yeah.
Guy.
Christopher Walken's Emperor.
Oh man, the Baron. Baron Harkonnen honestly is really fucking cool.
I hope to get a Baron Harkonnen body pillow at C2E2.
By the way.
Nice.
So it sounds like Kayla, you're the only one who's not into adding a Dune character.
What? Who?
What do you say, D?
Yeah, what do you say?
I say I haven't watched any of Dune ever.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
I only know about Duncan, Idaho, and sandworms.
So I think it's just you two
you're right.
that want it.
You're right. All right, the next
You're
bracket.
three. It's pretty good. It's pretty good odds.
I remember when they used to sell that fake weed called Spice in gas stations.
Yeah.
And how great was
We-
that? That was
We
great.
weren't, we
Those were
weren't
good
calling it the
times.
melange spice or anything.
Oh.
So should we just then take to a vote? Everyone kind of announces who they would like to bring back from.
I like that. I like taking it too.
From the old list. Okay.
I'll start, and I vote Hank Scorpio to be
Ooh.
added back to.
I know there's a reason I
Alright.
like you, Eric.
Poor decision. Okay. Who's next? All right.
Kayla, you're next
One
on
po-
my screen.
Oh, that's not how it is on my screen.
I'm gonna say that Lilu can stay.
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I wanna
D, you're
change
next
it.
on my screen.
Ooh, green's much better, Eric.
Good.
Ooh, I like green. Green is good. Green is good. I mean, out of these characters on here to bring it back, I think I'll go with Bender.
Ooh,
Love it.
hey, you guys are just gunning from my heart.
Tomas.
You gotta pick one.
Can I pick the Montechiwa from the film? No, I'm kidding. It's a coin flip between Bender and Scorpio. To do so much with a single character in one episode, I still talk about Hank Scorpio. If like if there's like a person on the planet who's never seen The Simpsons, that's the episode I recommend to them. But Bender's great. But I have a love-hate relationship with like Futurama because like I feel like they should have just left the show dead instead of like continuing to bring it back. But then, there's that what if episode where Bender becomes a human and gets really fat. And that's probably the Bender episode I recommend to people. Woo! Woo! Just fat escaping his folds. Give me like 2 seconds. Come back to me and I'll give you an answer.
All right, Mike. Well, Tomas deliberates. Who would you
That's-
like to see
I didn't
stay?
think this was going to be that hard.
Lilu Dallas.
Okay, well, that's 2 votes for Lilu Dallas.
Mhm.
Tomas, you could, muck this up,
All
and then
right.
we'll have a battle off, I guess.
It's going to be a battle off.
Okay.
Coin flip said Bender, so we're going Bender.
Okay, so I think it's between Bender and Lilu Dallas now, and we can put that to a vote. We got 5 people. That's great. It can't be it can't be tied.
You're the decider, Eric. So you want Scorpio. Everybody else already picked their sides.
Oh, I guess that's true, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. That's too much power for me to have.
So, well, D and Tomas then have
Use
to
the
pick.
voice, Eric. Use the voice.
I'm still picking Bender. Like I picked Bender.
I think it's Bender for me as well. I'd like to keep Bender on this bracket.
Did anybody change their vote?
Yeah, D changed to Lilu. It was crazy how he did that.
It was nuts. What second?
Oh, I love how this could have all been avoided with a simple count, ahead of time.
And whose fault is that, Eric?
As the whatever. It's everyone's fault. Any of you could have counted. Okay. I'm gonna read off the new list for the bracket of nonsense. We'll do the randomization and pitting them together and tiers and all that on a future episode. But the new
Tears of the Kingdom?
64 members of the bracket of nonsense, 2024, let's call it, whatever, are Sephiroth, Zorro, not the one you're thinking, though, Ken, Naru, Logan Roy, Thorfinn, Charles Xavier, Ted Lasso, John Wick, Robo, Ice King, Leon S. Kennedy, didn't mess up his name that time. Fleabag, Rick Sanchez, Rick Dalton, Buggy the Clown, Shawn Michaels, NoHo Hank, Evelyn Wong, Jennifer Walters, Clementine, Mario, Alucard, Daniel Plainview, Mabel Pines, Doman Kashu somehow survived.
Hell yeah.
Vegeta, Ahsoka Tano, Ellie, Big Boss, Walter Kovacs, The Joker, Anton Chigurh, Adrian Veidt, Joel Miller, Phil Dunphy, Nathan Drake, Spike Spiegel, Ben Wyatt, Bob Belcher, Monkey D. Luffy, Gollum, Amy Dunn, Magneto, Terrence Fletcher, Jim Dangle, Yennefer of Vengerberg, Thanos, Ron Swanson, Pippin, not the one you're thinking, Lou Bloom, Rust Cole, Anakin Skywalker, Mike's in the background saying boo, Mershian, Kratos, Jules Winfield, Tokushiro Surumi, we kept him
that
on,
guy.
Kirby, Erdnot Rex, Ellen Ripley, The Boss, Arthur Morgan, Peter Parker, and surviving Bender, finally.
Bender Bending Rodriguez.
Bender Bending Rodriguez. So those are the 64 we will be pitting against each other on future episodes. I'll go
The Ultra 64.
randomize that up and create a bracket, and then we'll fight it out to see who is the greatest character in Machine of Nonsense history.
You've heard it here.
You've heard it here.
Definitive best character of all time.
I think that's it, guys. I think episode 162 is done. We talked the bracketed nonsense. We talked the 2024 video game draft. We talked Dune and Final Fantasy VII and Persona and Shogun and several other things. What an episode it was.
Boy, did we talk Dune.
Boy, did we talk Dune. You can catch us, as always, all over social media at The Machine of Nonsense. If you'd like to send us an email, that mailbox is getting really thin, so send us an email, machineofnonsense@gmail.com. Yeah, we want to know, what is a sandwich? You know, we want to figure that out here.
Nope.
What is a sandwich in the Dune universe?
Sandworm sandwich. It's a conspiracy. All right, guys, that's it. Episode 162 is in the books. We are getting out of here, and we're saying rest in peace, Akira Toriyama. Good guy.
Oh,
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
and this is to go even further beyond.